Hi guys, welcome back to Penkridge Ghostbusters. Today we're going to be looking at something which a lot of fans have been receiving over the last few days. It is just sat behind me, this massive box there. That is the Hasbro 1984 Proton Pack. Unlike the original Afterlife Phoebe Spengler HasLab pack, this one should, from what I can see, still be available on Hasbro's website to purchase for anybody that is looking for a Proton Pack to start getting into the Ghostbusters cosplay, or maybe adding more to their collection. This one in particular, I can tell you right now, and we'll go through it, we'll unbox it and go through everything there. The box itself is a much smaller box compared to the Spengler HasLab pack original box. It's almost half the size in depth, and that is because this is a Proton Pack and a Proton Pack only. So the previous HasLab one came with a plethora of little idiosyncrasies, such as as soon as you open the box, you had the fake flooring, which mimicked when Phoebe found the trap. The little bits such as Egon Spengler's journal was in there. There was the stands. There was all the gubbins for the Alice frame, should you wish to attach an Alice frame. There was the hoses. There was the mini puffs. There was the ectoplasmic samples, that being Stay Puffed goo. Or if you were very, very lucky, there were a very small amount of Slimer residue that you can put onto your pack. This is a more inexpensive option. It's not a HasLab, so it is more readily available to the general public. It was released over a year ago now to alert people. And although it's followed the same sort of early release, do you want to look into it, and you can be on the list to purchase one, this is still available to buy. You could buy one today, have it shipped and delivered very soon to your home if you wish to. Today is, and I've got to check it, today is Friday the 5th of June when I'm recording this, so we are on the cusp of Ghostbusters Day, which marks a year since this pack was last physically seen by the general audience, where Hasbro took it to Ghostbusters Day 2025 and showcased what they were planning to do. As we go through it, I will give my own opinion, give a little exchange of what's different with this pack and what's different with the HasLab pack. My personal HasLab pack is my HasLab pack. It has been customised. I have changed things. It doesn't look like the original one. It's mostly the same. There's some bits that are still HasLab on it, whereas this one I'm planning to keep pretty much stock. There's a few things I'm going to change on it, and we'll go through that as we unbox it, and I'll explain that. I plan to give a fair review of it. It is an accessible Proton Pack. It's not something you're going to be spending thousands on unless you want to heavily modify it. This one will be kept pretty much as is. A few cosmetic things. I may look at getting an Alice frame or a Rothko reproduction Alice frame, as that's what I've got on my other pack. You can see on top there is a Neutrona one, which we'll go into. There is also a smaller box. We'll save that for later on in the video. I do have my talent cell, as I'm hoping to keep this running off a power bank rather than continuously using D batteries. Still a nice little thing to be able to do, but I prefer having the ease of the power bank. Okay, I think that's enough talking from me, so let's get into opening this box, eh? Feast your eyes on this. Always interesting thing of beauty. So, start from the outside then.
This is very much the Hasbro, HasLab, Ghostbusters current marketing language, which I am a huge fan of. I'm just going to, oh no, I think that's going to peel up. Oh, I do love the warmth that we're getting. Warmth is great for self-removing adhesive. Oh, look at that. Am I being overly cautious? Could I throw this away? Yes, I absolutely could. Will my wife kill me in a few years' time when she goes up the loft and finds, why have we got so many broken down cardboard boxes that are folded neatly? This is why, darling, because I want to keep these. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so this is the current design language. It's very much a travel cases, toolboxes, industrialised language with a nice sleeve around the side of it with the herringbone and ripstop material, making it look like the uniform, and then what you're actually getting inside with some lovely slime graphics, which is gorgeous. This little logo here is quite funny to me because I've started seeing that a lot. I randomly stenciled that onto my Ghostbusters trunk, which I was originally going to use as storage for my pack, and then I use it for storage for my collectibles, but I randomly stenciled that on there, and now I'm seeing it everywhere. Let's have a look and see if I can take the sleeve off. Yes, I thought there would be. And then we will talk about some of the little bits that are on there, some of the things that have probably nobody's actually took much notice of, or if they have, it's been in passing. But I think it's quite cool. So this is the underside. Even the underside of the box is done in that sort of truck bed flooring and that hard wearing look. Let's get this sleeve off. There we go. Those of you interested that don't already know or can't be bothered to read about the pack and have just bought one, it does take 4 D-cell batteries, same as the original pack, the original HasLab. This one, however, has been changed and can now accept its own power bank from scratch. So, on the front of the box here, we have an EPA security seal dated November 10th, 1984, and there he is, the man himself, Walter Peck, trying to shut the Ghostbusters down daily. You haven't succeeded yet, Peck, and I don't think you will. Some of the stickers on top, so we've got radioactive stickers, we've got electrical caution stickers. They are very, very worn. The box, the chest is very, very rusted. The toolbox has been seen a lot since 1984, as you would imagine. It's beautiful rusting, visual graphic. We've got some of the green slime from our friend Slimer from the original film in 1984 at Sedgwick Hotel. We've started to see that a lot more. That was on the Ectomobile HasLab with the sort of garage pull-out tray type tool chest. There was the green slime and the pink mood slime, depending on whether you went for the standard or deluxe. The Stay Puft Marshmallow sticker, the Camp Wakanda travel sticker on your trunk. These are massively faded, scratched up, as if they've been on here forever, and this box has just been abused. Those stickers, which is what I was mentioning earlier, are actually from the HasLab. So inside, as well as everything else that you got with the HasLab, were some stickers. Some were functional. It was an Afterlife style pack, but Hasbro included some new pack stickers. So if you wanted to make your pack brand new, maybe 1984-esque, maybe that's the reason why they decided, actually, let's make a 1984 pack, you could have done. You also had some fun stickers like the Camp Wakanda, the Stay Puft, there was Zool, there was Vince Clortho, some Gozer, the Ghostbuster stickers. There was all things like that. Now, I will keep this box. I will fold it down. I will look after it nurturingly, but I will keep this box. And I'm very happy to say that it is in quite good order for cardboard that's been shipped around everywhere. It's a lovely matte style finish. And just following on from everybody else, check which side up your pack is. Because my table's not huge and I don't want things falling off. Here we go. Will you come out as well? Are you going to come out? Well, you could come out. No, I'm not going to pull you out. Put it into you up there. That's the badge out. Oh, delightful. There we go. You can probably hear me sniffing and I'm fighting back a sneeze, which will eventually come. It's summer, it's hay fever season. So, here we go. This is what you're presented with. I'm going to save this. We know what this is, but I'm going to save it for a moment. Inside this box, this lovely sort of pizza-sized box, or mini pizza-sized box, is your instructions, which again is following the language that we've had with all of the HasLabs and most of your larger Ghostbusters offerings from Hasbro HasLab, with all your warnings, your do not stick your tongue into the power sockets. Here are your Hasbro stickers. I have seen lots of people say there's no stickers on the Proton Pack. And it was a weird choice, if I'm honest. But I get why. And I'll come on to it. Here are your instructions for the Proton Pack itself. They are in this wonderful blueprint style layout. I really like that. At some point, I may frame some of these. It also includes this wonderful little thing, which you saw earlier. The Neutrona wand. I'll come on to that. And there is your sticker layout. Are we going to be using the Hasbro stickers, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, of the jury? No. No, we're not. And that's not saying they're not good. Hasbro, you've done a lovely job offering us stickers that are readily accessible to us. My HasLab still has its original stickers on that came with it. I won't be using those stickers. I decided to make the adult choice to upgrade that particular thing, which keen-eyed people may have seen earlier. So inside here are your straps. As mentioned, this does not come with a Alice frame at all. These straps attach directly to the back of the Proton Pack. They have the same colour-ish look. They're not accurate at all. They've got large plastic connections and adjustments where there should be really tiny little metal ones on the correct framing and straps. It's a mass-produced thing. It's lovely that they've even bothered to include them. It's a way to strap that straight onto your back and go. Also included is this lovely black hose, which is to connect your Proton Pack to your Neutrona wand and work them in sync, which is something that we saw in the original HasLab. It was also one of the major pullbacks of the original HasLab, because this was originally, early on, god awful. Oh, that's a lot more flexible. The connection is the same as the battery port, which we'll go on to. Connection is exactly the same there. They've rejigged this connection here to make it a little bit more secure, so hopefully you do keep power going through. From the HasLab one, because it was an Afterlife one, you had a rubber printed hose on this section, which meant when it plugged into your Proton Pack, you had all of this sticking at an angle, and then eventually it would bend. This is loom. This is wire loom. It's not split loom. It's all sealed. Whether it's a vacuum formed version or whether it's actually loom, I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. But it seems a lot more flexible than the original one, which is greatly appreciated. So, straps, don't need to talk about straps. There are instructions on how to put those on your pack so you can start trooping straight away. Wonderful stuff, isn't it? And of course your iron arm, which is included in here, and it feels weighty. I'm pretty sure that I've seen that it is the same as the Hasbro sort of. The difference with this one, which is lovely, it's still metal. It looks a lot newer because this is a brand new pack. It's just been created, the 1984 ones. We have screw inserts. I don't believe we had those in the original Hasbro. It was one of the main things that people picked up on. You could either change the whole thing, you could drill yourself, and get little stickers to show that you got screws on them. Still connects the same way, you can still take it apart. We now have a connection for maybe a clip-hard barb. We shall see, that's in a different position. Why is it in a different position? Because this is 1984, and that's one of the differences. There she is in wonderful wrapped up plastic. I love that we've got all these layers of cardboard and textured little pieces. And then there's a massive plastic bag. And some tissue paper behind it. I have the warning, don't stick your head inside a plastic bag. In the words of Dr. Spengler, it will be bad. That. Yes, there is a bit of sticky on here. Saves the back getting scratched. I'm precious about the cardboard box because it looks pretty. I'm not precious about the tissue paper behind it. But I am going to keep it there for now. Save me scratching the back of this because this table doubles up as a crafting table, dining table. Hello. Welcome to the Proton Pack. There is a bit of cardboard protecting ribbon cable clamp. As far as I'm aware, that fits on the same way as the other one. Ooh, there she is. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. Bring her a bit closer. There she is. Isn't she lovely? Is this the exact same mould as the Afterlife Hasbro, where we've just taken off the weathering paint, made it all nice flat black, not bother putting sticks on, reshipped it as, there you go, it's a different product, but really it's the same product. That's not me being horrible, that's a genuine question which some people have asked. I couldn't tell you every idiosyncrasy about this without having my Hasbro sat next to this. I'm not 100% sure. I could do that. I could go up into the loft. Let's put you on there. You'll feel a bit better. You're not the right twist. Why aren't you twisting? I'll sort you out to me. You need a bit of warmth to do that. Not live now. I haven't got space to put my 2 packs here. It's also a pain in the backside to get everything to my loft and do that for you. I can tell you that it's not. I can tell you that things have changed. All of the weathering, all of the scuffing, all of the drop damage that was moulded into it has mostly been taken out. Mostly. There are, oh, that's a nice texture. Sorry, I'm gushing a little bit. There are some little bits, such as around the PPD, some welding, or welding-esque mould. That's quite nice. There's a little bit here. There are some dents, scuffs. You can see that around the cyclotron lens there. It's not in your face. It's not stripped down. I think it probably does look slightly different. Some things will be the same. It's manufactured. It's nice that we've still got some metal work on the fake clip art. We still have the rubbery type hoses. People have said how god awful they are. I still have my hoses on my pack. I've weathered them, I've made them try and look not as rubbery. However, it works, it's a mass produced item. The good thing is, and what is an improvement is, originally these were all black. So where you've got the barbs, clip-on barbs and the clip-on elbows, they were all originally black for the HasLab, for the one that you had to crowdfund and then paint with either acrylic or rub and buff, or yes, just change for real gear, real metal. They are now brass coloured, which is great because from afar you're not going to notice, and that's lovely. The crank generator is also grey instead of black, which is the same as the original one, and I can see what people have said. That is looser, felt more notched with the HasLab. That is loose, you can just see it dropping a little bit. I wonder whether that's going to be an ongoing issue. Hope not. I don't mind that. If I want to replace some stuff later on, I might do. I'm not going to go full board with this and strip it down and then turn it into a Hasbro shell with thousands of pounds worth of add-ons. Keep dropping this and then realising you can't see it. It's bad of me, I'm not a filmographer. But I will be changing certain things. The clamp here, the P clamp, is a C clamp. It doesn't go all the way around. It's a plastic part. It's supposed to be a toy replica or a wall hanger, or we can do things with it, that's fine. I'm going to replace that anyway. The bellow, the shock mount, or the bellow, many people have said it, I will raise it as well. That is a 1989 Ghostbusters 2 style with the flathead screw adjustment. There are already other videos. Dr. Milligan from the Staffordshire Ghostbusters has mentioned it on his video as well, and there is a wonderful person in the community, their name escapes me, that has done a 3D print of the 1984 version of this, which you could print, and I'm going to do it anyway. You can print, you can unscrew here and here, take this piece off, put the 1984 one, once you've painted it in a lovely colour and changed it to yourself, and it will work exactly the same. Am I screaming at Hasbro for doing that? You've said it's a 1984 pack, a little bit, but also have you got the molds from the Afterlife pack and you're using that? Yes, that would make sense. Keep the price down, we can change that ourselves if we so wish. The ribbon cable, look at the ribbon cable, so much better. I still have my original HasLab cable on mine. The reason why I have my original HasLab cable on my HasLab pack is because I couldn't be bothered to change it, but also, as much as people were hating it, the story behind my main pack was it's been abused, it's been dropped, it's been left, it didn't go to the Spengler farmhouse. It was left abandoned, probably in the basement, somewhere near the containment unit, under a box. It had been kicked about, it had been racked, it had been destroyed a little bit, and things had changed. And maybe at some point Egon had to update the ruin cable. That's where I kept mine. This is lovely, it feels really good. It's a 1984-esque. I say esque, this is not the full-sized ribbon cable. There are ribbon cables available. It is incredibly difficult to get an accurate ribbon cable now. They just don't make them anymore. You can get a proper GB2 cable, which is different. There are sellers out there that will do them. They do them in the 80% Spirit Halloween pack size. They do them in full size, and they're proper sized to film accuracy. Finch Technologies are your golden ones. Good luck in getting on that list. He's one person. He's got to do with the worldwide Ghostbusting community all wanting correct ribbon cables. If you can get one, well done to you. I did manage to secure one myself. I'm waiting for it to arrive. I may swap that out for this. then. I don't know, or I may keep it as a lovely keepsake. Anyway, this looks lovely. I think this would do. I really do, unless you are 100% accurate to Ghostbusters. I think that would do lovely on a Proton Pack you're using for cosplay and wall hanging and trooping. I think this is a lovely thing, and I'm very happy that they've done this. Easy to take off. You open up the pack, remove from the clamp, which is internal, through this hole here. Take it all out. Take the clamp apart, which is something welded, and then somehow put it back together. Not doing it myself, so I don't know. Other videos are available, and then you can change that. Other things, the power cell lensing is now blue instead of that milky white. I still have my milky white one on my HasLab. I think it looks a bit aged, a bit frosted out, like the plastic's just been bleached. It does me. Do I want to change this power cell lens? I don't know yet. I may keep it, I may not. We now have blue wire instead of black one. The random can you see that? Can you see the blue paint bleed from here? Oh dear. Oh dear. To mass produce, it's going to happen. Am I overly bothered? Can I paint that myself? Yes, I can paint that myself. I can replace it myself with a strainer. Same as the screws. People are picking up on screws. Well, they're not accurate. They're not black. They're not the correct size. They're not hex cap. They're not this, that, and the other. I'm going to change most of the screws myself anyway. You can pick them up. It is easy to do. It's very inexpensive. Let's just get it done. Because I think the more we man at companies too much, the more they'll say, well, okay, we won't make anything anymore. V-hook is the same V-hook that we got originally. There are inherent issues with that. There are available options to change that. I will show you my version, which is temporary for now. There's our connection for the pack. There we go. The end filter seems more textured this time around. It's the only bit of stickering on there, or labelling decaled. They've got their own dry rub. Again, quickly drop onto that. So we'll take the bellows off that we already took off. We shall remove the bumper. We don't have to take off any other cabling this side because this is an 84. We have one that pops off, marvellous, and we remove our cyclotron lid. Similar to the HasLab, it's unpainted, unweathered. It's supposed to be brand new. This bit round here really got to me on the HasLab. This is supposed to be like a ribbon cable type thing, and I don't know whether they've changed it because mine didn't do that before. I don't know whether it's glued down a bit better. But I got some little ribbon cable, put it over there, dirtied it up so you could barely see the colours, but you could tell. I massively dirtied this up. I still need to do more work on the inside of mine. This one, I am going to replace this, pop this out, put the ribbon cable in there. It's only small, it's available on eBay, it's cost a couple of quid to do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a go at getting into these somehow because I've seen a few mods where these are now lit, and while they don't follow the cyclotron pattern, now I really like the fact that they're lit. Is that going to be seen all day every day? Absolutely not. Is it a weird thing to do? Probably yes. Do I want to do it? Absolutely going to do it. And there's the inside of your end filter. I think your changes for your internals, your lights, your circuit boards from GP Star, which I do have in my HasLab. Fantastic bit of kit. Some of it isn't great at electronics. I manage it. The community is great to ask a question. The guys that make it themselves will very quickly pop on Facebook and answer your questions. You've got Ninja Tunes. If you can get on his list, a great option that I've seen. Haven't got that personally, but it was one of the two that I was looking at. So went with GP Star in the end. You've got GB Fans. You've got Franken. can't remember what it's called, but you'll know what I'm on about. Community, help me out. Franking Geek, that's one. Ecto Labs do things. There's lots of people that can change all the internals. Anyway, so this has changed. It's a slightly different shape. So the guys that are doing like GP Star, Ninja Tunes may have to do something with that. The internal, I've seen this. Got my own thoughts. We'll go on to it. We'll do that now quickly before we all fall asleep. The internals. I love the fact that you can see the internals of the cyclotron. I really do. I still want to build my own in the back of my head. Proton Pack from scratch. And that's always been what would actually happen in here. Does it need to be there? No. Have they added it in? Yes, because it was probably in the molds that they were using anyway. Does it look very plasticky? Controversial. Yes, it does. It looks like a toy. This is the most unfinished part of this Proton Pack you could imagine. This is the same cake, cyclotron cake, that you see Phoebe tinkering with, or moving around. Slightly different colour, unweathered. There are 3D prints and things online. I'm planning to, when I can get my 3D printer working again, do one for my HasLab, and then depending on how that looks, I may do one for this. It's brown plastic. It's not even brass coloured or copper coloured. It's just brown metallic-y. One of my mods, I am going to take these out. I am going to paint them. I'm going to paint the inside of these, all the little wires. Some people actually remove, can you see in here? Some people actually remove these and put real wires. Hats off to you, amazing for you. I do not have the patience nor the skill to do that, so I'm going to paint them. And I'm going to try and be as steady-handed as I possibly can to do that. There are no lights in here. Our switch panel from the Afterlife one, which was up here, has gone. This is 1984. It's got one mode only. We haven't got that. You could 3D print one that's available out there. Many different places. Takabelly, Thingiverse. You could put one in there if you wanted to. I'm sure you could rig up some little lights if you wanted to have that. I'm sure somebody that does the electronics will come up with their own things. Right. So I'm going to do all this backwards. So yeah, I'm in a bit of a rush. Let's get some power going into this, shall we, children? What we still have, which I quite like, we still have our snack drawer. Oh no, it's changed. Ooh. Of course it's changed. We don't need so much space inside. You have USB or battery. This is currently in battery. And it's in USB. There is your USB-C port. There is also, focus, a little lip there. We'll come on to the reason why there's a lip there. And here, switch me on. That's exactly the same as the Afterlife. Why is it black? It was red on the Afterlife. 1984. The scene inside the Cedric Hotel as we're going up in the lift to meet Slimer for the first time. Ray says there is no time for a bench test now. Switch me on. Pete looks at the back of his pack and you see a hand rise. Flick something. It's got to be a switch somewhere. For years we thought it was under the gearbox, which is here. I'm just looking at the gearbox. There was actually a little hole in the HasLab with a surprise switch. It's not here now, it's closed up. But we thought it was there, maybe, would make sense, that would be fine. And many people for years thought it was up under here, under the iron arm. So to make it less subtle and sort of tie in with that idea, it's black. That's cool, I don't mind that. That's cool. This is a 6,000 milliamp talent cell. I have got 3,000. I've got two of them on my other pack. I couldn't be bothered to take them off because this was the first one available. This will not fit in there. Oh no, the 3000 will. For the purposes of this, I'm okay with that, because all I'm going to do is plug it in, turn it on, show you what it can do, probably drop it. First person to break their Hasbro Proton Pack would not be fun, but that's fine. Turn it on. Wire goes through the little notch, and then in essence, you could hide that somewhere. Oh look, the battery compartment, which fits this size battery. It's just there. There's an idea actually. But you have got to take the battery compartment out to do that. But there we go. So, oh good, she turns on. Always right. There we go. Can you hear me? Don't worry about talent cells, just randomly. See what I'll move that because somebody will scream at me for doing that. I'm going to hold it there. That's not part of the Proton Pack. Ooh, pretty. Set it all the way up. That's all the way up. I've seen people mention it. That's not very loud. That's quieter than the HasLab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 6, 7 maybe. 6, 7 or 8 notches. Not a lot. I'm sure it can be changed. Speaker upgrades, amplifier upgrades. Go at it, community. We're waiting on you to figure it all out for us. Power cell. I did mention it. You can see the individuals. I haven't counted them. Not yet. That looks a lot better though. It's a lot better. The controversial 3 LED cyclotron. Lighting is not great here. Actually, that's quite well diffused. I can see that there are 3. I think that's quite well diffused. People have been. There are certain videos where I've seen, and actually, you can quite clearly tell that there are 3 LEDs in each cyclotron window. I quite liked it. I thought it was quite cool. Absolute movie accuracy, it should be 1 in each. Real movie accuracy, it should be 1 spinning single LED. Good luck with doing that, or bulb back then, incandescent bulb. I quite like the look of the 3. Bringing us on to this. So it does turn off, it does do the original pack shutdown sounds. Move you a little bit. Do certain things. Ribbon clamp removal. There goes the containment grid warning. That sounds like a loop to me. An actual shutdown. Interesting. There's a loop. There's a loop. Did they need to do that? No, they didn't. Oh, and it fades out. It doesn't just stop fading. They don't need to ever do things like that. It's cool. Nice little nod to us. Cyclotron lid removal. Oh. Shuts the pack down. Will she start without me touching anything? No, she won't. But she does shut down properly. There were many different things on the HasLab because it had more features. You had 84 sounds, you had afterlife sounds. It's cool, it's fine. There are rumours, I'm not going to run it because you'll be here forever if you're still here. that it still does what HasLab one did, where if you just leave it running on the USB-C power, it will run indefinitely until your power bank cuts out, because you've used all the power just looking at the prettiness. That you can hear Slimer, you can hear either Zool or coming through the pack eventually. It's an idle sound. I was trying to think what the name is. It's an idle sound. If that's the case, ace, brilliant. That's a nice little thing to give us. It keeps it in line with the other pack, and very much a 1984 thing. So, what is this? I know it's rattling, bear with me, I'll tell you what. This is the Hasbro 1984, cover that up, 1984 Neutrino wand. The cleaner version to the Afterlife. Still has some weathering. Some people don't like it. I don't like that silver weathering there. I haven't really touched this yet. This has been a display piece, more or less. So now I have the pack. I may touch this up a little bit. I may just get rid of that, because that doesn't look great. I'm going to keep the orange tip. The orange tip doesn't bother me. I may do little bits to it, but not much. This is a new pack. That's fine. So it will attach with the V-hook. Onto this pack. Works okay, as long as you're not running around with it, bending down, moving too much. It has its problems, we've touched on that. Get a replacement. Or what I did with mine was this little thing here is a magnet. This came from Andy from the Portsmouth Ghostbusters. Go and check his channel out as well. He did some amazing weathering. He really gave me some inspiration to some of the weathering. But he used magnets, and thus far never failed. Reason why why I like the magnets, I can never, because it's one of these, ever get it to set. So in essence, it looks like that. But obviously it'd be, I put them in where those two screws are, and it sits perfectly. Right, let's see if this will connect correctly, and to do so I need a Phillips head. As if by magic, one is here. Ta-da! Connected. Battery sled out, connect your hose up. It looks neat and clean. It's fairly flexible, I like it. This will rattle because of the magnet, sorry. There are other options available, there's loads of options available. Tools and Talent do a really good one. Just putting it out there, it is on the list. There we go. Does immediately fire up. Does shut down. Will fire up again. There is a delay between the wand and the pack. The internals of this pack are now different. The original board does not live there anymore, it's a much smaller one. All the way up. It's a lot louder through this than it is through the pack. However, it does overheat. The LEDs in the power cell do get faster. Here is your overheat. Power cell LEDs will get faster and faster. The cyclotron also starts to pick up speed. A little bit of delay. That's a lovely shutdown. Will it restart? It does restart. So, for those of you that want to change your electronics, that sounds very much like a nice shutdown and venting opportunity for it, which is fabulous. That may come later on. Let's shut the whole thing down, which it can do, but because the talent cell's on, it's almost keeping itself alive. So that's fine. Let's plug you in there to simulate that. That's not the end of it. Right, Okay, so the next thing. I said this video would have extras, and here they are. From Max Factory, which is wonderful. Max Factory genuine parts. Technically, they are screen used because Max made the Proton Packs for Frozen Empire. So there is a bit of lineage which we can all get a hold of now. I have decided these will replace my stickers and labels for the pack. There you go. The dry transfers for the wand, and as I mentioned, I've got two. Why have I got two packs? Well, I've got two packs because you actually get two sets of these, which is really nice. But I bought two packs of both because the labels on my other HasLab, over time, heat, what have you, are starting to peel. They're showing their age a little bit, so I'm going to update them with those. I'm also going to do the Max Factory labels on this pack, so I'm not going to be using the HasLab, and I'm going to try and get those bits off. Minor updates. I want to try and keep this pretty much looking as it is, pristine as it is. Maybe look at a bit of weathering, see what the community do, see what's out there first. So to wrap up this video, do I think this is worth it? Yes, it's pretty simple. Can you get a Proton Pack that looks like that, that's ready to go out of the box for the price range with the quality that it is? Yes, you can go to Halloween, you can go to fun.com and get one of those packs. Do they look as good as this one now? No, they don't. Do you have to get a Neutrino wand yourself? Yes, you do. I love my HasLab, so I knew I'd like this. The addition of the extra bits and the small adaptations that I'm going to do will hopefully make this much better than what it already is. As always, stay tuned to our social media on Instagram and Facebook and even TikTok. Drop any comments that you have just down there. Remember to like, subscribe and share all the videos. It is very much appreciated if you would, to try and help us grow. And remember, check out us, but also check out Staffordshire Ghostbusters and all our wonderful content creators on there. That's going to be it from me for this video. Hopefully, if there's any updates, they'll appear on our Instagram and Facebook, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.